One standing by. Hey everybody, Flash the Reploid back with another episode of my Let's Play of Resident Evil 4. In the last episode, we literally just began the game and ran through a couple of strategy tips for later on in the game. So, with that being said, let's continue on with the game and actually see what it's all about.
Excuse me, sir? I was wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph.
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Fun fact, what he said there was numerous curse words. Ooh, he's hostile. Here we go, our first actual combat scenario of the game. So, firstly, like I said in the first episode, it's very important to be conservative with your ammunition, especially in a survival horror game, considering there's going to be tons of enemies. So, often in this game, and I can say that very loosely, I'm going to be using the knife tactics, which I'm not going to say perfected, but I have acquired over the time of me playing. Using the knife, which is a melee weapon, you know, never runs out of ammo. It's really useful, especially when you're trying to conserve ammo. So you'll see me using the knife consistently.
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize it. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
Okay, so we've killed the first enemy, but we had no choice. He was going to attack us anyway. And he dropped ammo, sweet. So let's look around. Well, before we do that, really quickly, just to recap from the last episode, the general basis of Resident Evil 4 is that Leon S. Kennedy, our main hero here, is searching for the daughter of the President of the United States, who was kidnapped from her school, I believe it was, or university that she was attending. And we are here to find her, or at least find information about her. Ooh. Yummy. He's not a zombie. Okay, well, before we get attacked here, at least I hope we don't, this house is now being surrounded by enemies. So we gotta take it upon ourselves to take them out. Oh, there's one. Now, what most people would do would jump out this window. I generally don't tend to do that because I like using my different tactics against enemies. So what I tend to do is jump out this window over here. Also, can't stress enough, the knife is so useful in this game. Much more so than like Resident Evil 5, for example. And I don't mean to bash the game, but the knife system in Resident Evil 5 just was not that good. Oh crap, I knew that was going to happen. You know, many of you have probably heard Chugga Conroy before say it many times. The Let's Play curse is definitely something that is real. It's definitely real. Whenever you're being recorded gaming, you always do like 50 to 60% worse than you normally would. But on the bright side, the Let's Play curse does have its good points. Like, for example, when a player is usually doing bad, we come across different kinds of saves, like a green herb, for example, to replenish the damage I just took. But I'm not going to use it for the sole fact that I like being conservative with my items, and I like to use them at the last second possible, so I'm not going to use it right away. Besides, my health is still green, I'll be fine. As we saw in the cutscene before, these guys got attacked. That truck went and took them out. So, let's go check up on them. Oh, this isn't looking too good. Damn. There goes our backup.
No.
And the bridge is out too. Looks like our only option is to go forward. So, while treading carefully, we better press on, see if we can find some help. I'd like to say about 80% of the time, wooden boxes like this will carry items. So it's always very good to check out these boxes. Note, it's also a very smart idea not to waste your ammunition on those boxes. You might as well just use your knife and conserve ammo. Because like I said in the previous episode, ammo consumption is a top priority. Like, I'm not saying don't use your ammo, but if you can find ways of not having to use it effectively, find ways of not having to use it, but you can use your other means of combat effectively, then it's much preferred to do that. I also mentioned in the last episode that birds, like black crows, things like that, the developers of the game were strong believers in the myth that crows like to carry shiny objects. Well, every crow in this game will drop you an item regardless, whether it be $200, whether it be $100, no matter what it is, every crow will have an item. So it is very worth your time to kill some. Like, for example, this one usually has money, but this one standing on the fence post will always have a hand grenade, which is very, very useful this early on in the game. I can tell you that from past experience, and I'm going to be using it fairly shortly, not to spoil anything. Also, you really want to help this dog. It's imperative that you help this dog. One, because it's not nice to leave a dog in a bear trap, and two, you know, dogs are man's best friend for a reason. So, a little bit of background information on herbs. A green herb will restore your health. A red herb is unusable by itself, but when combined with a green herb, it becomes a full health regeneration item. So if you get some health bar down there, eventually you get a other herb to mix in, and it increases your maximum health. And no matter how high your health gets, a green and red mixed herb will heal your health completely. Also, this right here, the first aid spray, will heal your health full. Handgun, you know, you got your ammo there. It's not like old Resident Evil where you could just drag and drop on your gun, or, you know, combine with your gun to reload, where you can actually, you have to do it in game. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You know, it all depends on the situation you're in. Like, especially if you're getting crowded and you have to reload, that usually tends to be a pow, and, you know, you'll die. But I don't know, I guess you just gotta use your brain sometimes. This guidepost says Pueblo. Pueblo, Pueblo. Beginner's trap right here. These are tripwires. You do not want to walk into them, and you don't want to stand too close when you shoot them. They will do a lot of damage. Right here, not a lot of people notice it. There is a bear trap, so if you just walk toward it, knife it, bam, bear trap disarms. Oh, and we might be able to use this trap against this enemy right here. That's it, come on. Let's go. Bam! Nice. Didn't have to use anything for him. Fun fact about bear traps, though. No matter how low your health is, a bear trap cannot kill you. It can kill someone else, but it cannot kill you. So Leon is pretty much wearing his bear trap impervious jeans, so to speak. Let's see what's inside this house over here. Ooh, sounds like there's enemies coming. Better go quick. Ooh, yum. Damn, girl. I'd make a period joke here, but I'm not that mean. Oh, looks like the enemies are over here. Let's try our knife tactic out again. Also, good tactic to use. Quickly running and backing up. Sometimes it forces them to attempt an attack on you. If you're able to back up far enough, you can completely avoid their attack. While in the midst of doing melee attacks, you are completely invulnerable to any and all damage. So, if you're feeling ballsy and you want to get in there, then by all means try to do as many melee attacks as possible. You're completely impervious for that full, I believe, 2 or 3 seconds, so whichever melee you're doing. Hey, you get out of there. I will get him next time. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. I've run through the controls. Oh, C-stick does camera. Yeah, I'm trying playing like this through the whole game. Yeah, I knew you were there. Smarty pants. Melees. I didn't really talk about melees too much. There's two different kinds of melees you can do in the game. Eventually one of your melee attacks changes, but one of them always stays the same. There's one for when you stun an enemy by knifing him or shooting him in the face. You can run up and you can perform a roundhouse kick attack. There's a second one if you were to down an enemy onto his knees. Ooh, a hand grenade. Wow. That's hard to come by in a box this early. That's really, really lucky. Thank you, game. The Let's Play curse is helping me a little bit. Also, again, the melee. If you were to drop an enemy to his knees, you can perform a spinning kick, which is really powerful too. And oh, hey, I'm running my time limit here. I guess I'll just end this this episode off here, and I'll continue on. Actually, you know, I think no, that's a bad idea. I'm going to.
How you
No,
hold
hold on.
Bad question, Hannigan.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sending you a playing manual. Hope you find it useful.
I'll take a look at it. Thanks.
Playing manual, I already told you all about this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to end it off here, but when I start up episode 3, you'll see me back at the save station, and we'll just make a quick jog over. So, that's it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode of Let's Play Resident Evil 4. Flash the Reploid out.